on the nickel cake. Well, wow, what a crowd. Everyone showed up to see me today. You know, originally I asked Chief Horsley if I could open the show today. Can you imagine? The Granite School District Administrator Kickoff featuring Rob McDaniel. Well, Ben got back to me a while later and he said, Rob, we have a better idea. The Taylorsville cafeteria. At lunch. At a mandatory training. Yeah, who could ask for anything more than that, right? So I think some people were nervous about me having a microphone, which is really shocking. I had to submit my script in advance, that's true. And after I submitted it, the censors sent it back and asked if I could replace some of the high school language with language that district administrators use when they are mad. So Rick Anthony has approved the word shiz, and John Wilbur has approved the word fogging for today's performance. So welcome, who is fogging excited? I know who's excited to be here. We're our elementary school principals. You're just excited to be around other adults. Right? You guys have a tough and lonely job. You're kind of like Tom Hanks in Castaway. Right? Do you all have volleyballs and things that you talk to get through the day? Yeah. Is it your PTA commemorative mug? Your student investigation handbook? Yeah. You know, I get it though. Elementary school teachers are great, but they can be weird. Have you ever been in an elementary school meeting when the principal gives out prizes? Teachers go nuts! I was at an elementary school faculty meeting, and the teacher gave out a red rubber ball. You would think, or the principal gave out, and you would think that that teacher had just been called down to be a contestant on The Price is Right. Yeah, a red rubber four-square ball. And that principal was a hero. You know, if I gave out a red rubber ball at a high school faculty meeting, I would be leaving that meeting with a red rubber ball battered face. Hey, I get it though, because my mom is a retired Granite elementary school teacher. Woo! I'll tell her you like her. That's very nice. You know, the amount of time her kids spent memorizing the name and order of presidents, you would think that all of her kids were going to Harvard. Look, here's my list. Washington, someone, Lincoln, Grover twice, someone, Reagan, who cares, who knows, I was never going to Harvard. Reminds me though, you guys ever notice that more and more there's these degrees you can get at kind of shady places? Like online, there's some brick and mortar places.
WGU.
I may be the only administrator who got my ed leadership from one of those places. Maybe you've heard of it, BYU. I feel more legit now. You know who's legit? Our junior high administrators. Where are you? Yeah, listen to that reaction. They're not glad to be here. They still have PTSD from last year, post-traumatic student disorder. Yeah, that's a tough gig. They're like the puppy in the pound, right? They're sitting in there, and some family comes and picks them and takes them home. And life's going to be great. And then it's too much work and they get put back in the pound. Our junior high administrators feel like this kickoff is being put back in the pound. Here's my advice. When they open up those doors to go to more breakout sessions, run, man. Run. You know, but if you don't like routine, then elementary school or junior high school is a great place for you. Only in a junior high school do your kids look like they're anywhere from 4th grade to graduate school. And you never know what you're going to deal with. One moment it could be a fight, and the next minute it's a kid who's eating a booger on a dinner. And in your classroom, You have girls doused in perfume sitting next to boys who just got out of PE and smell like... I'm not really sure what that smells like, but it ain't weed. Every junior high administrator knows what that smells like. I bet some of you wished you knew what that tasted like too. Just say no. Hey, look, if you're going to say no to something, you probably should say no to high school. Right? High school is a lifestyle. Where's our high school people?
Woo! That's sheepish. Sheepishly raise your hand.
At a diverse high school, large high school here in Grand School District, Cypress High School. Yeah.
Woo!
It's exactly like you see in the movies. The sex, the drugs, the violence, and that's just the teachers. But you know, kids cross all sense of boundaries. They're not afraid to walk out of classrooms or swear at teachers. But in all fairness, teachers are different now too. It used to be that teachers always went by Mr. or Mrs., maybe coach or teach. But now they go by their first names, or some go by some little nickname or characteristic that describes them. You know, that happened to me early on at Cypress. Principal, shithead, my mom is going to sue you, motherfucker. I love high school kids. Generation Z is so creative. But here's something you probably know. Generation Z does not speak the English language. So if you don't believe me, come up to the high school, walk the halls, take out the profanity, and you probably are not going to understand what they're saying. So for example, to my generation, cap means hat. To Generation Z, cap means to lie. No cap. Bussin' means great. Recently, my daughter came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, my hot flamin' Cheetos are bussin'." Hot flamin' Cheetos are bussin'? Have you ever seen a kid eat a bag of hot flamin' Cheetos? They go through that bag and finally they get their hands down at the bottom and they pull them out and what? Their hands are red. And they don't want to lose a single morsel of flavor, so they lick their fingers. And then they wipe it on their pants, right? Yeah, any Cypress kids want to eat hot flavored Cheetos, I'm blessing them to Granger.
We'll take them.
3,800 in Granger this year. Stan is a combination of stalker and fan. It came from an Eminem song. That one actually is not too far off because every person named Stan I've ever met is an old creepy guy with a curved mustache. You know, if you don't want to use the word Stan, you can use the word Garrett. Wait. I wrote that joke in early 2022. I miss that guy, rest in peace. Speaking of resting, where are our district administrators? No, really, it's only 12:15. Where are all of our district administrators? Is it Friday? Hey, look, I get it. I was a district administrator in another district for 9 years. Did you know they expected me to take an hour lunch every day? And get this, if a principal could not deal with the whims of an unruly patron, I would have to take a phone call. Hey, when am I supposed to work on my Wordle skills? F-I-R-E blank. Wonder what that one is. I do think there's some district people a little uncomfortable about now. I think I've got a little bit off script. After this meeting today, I will be removed from Cypress and given a district position until I retire. John is now group texting the high school directors. Steve Pershawn has been told he's going to come and cut the mic. Greg Stoffer's opening his computer to start the write-up. And the new guy, Rich Nelson. He's been told to charge the stage and Will Smith me. Don't even try, Rich. But hey, where there's a will, there's a way. But we're here today to talk about leadership. And so I want to share a leadership message that I actually heard a couple years at another Granite District Administrator kickoff. Now, I don't really remember who said it or all the details because, well, I wasn't paying attention. But basically, it goes like this. You're a dog. You are either a dog that nips, like maybe the Austrian Shepherd, or you're a dog that nudges, like maybe the Bernese Mountain Dog. It's like you don't drop a love, doesn't really matter. That's debatable. But anyway, the central question is, do you nip or do you nudge? In fact, this is a good time for a check for understanding. So I want you to turn to me, and I want you to ask them, do you nip or do you nudge? Ready?
Do you nip or nudge? Oh,
Three, two. Yeah, you get how that works. We're going to come back to that, but I forgot. There's another part to it. So you're going to get out your phone when you do this, because I follow the gradual release and responsibility lesson design model that Granite follows. So I'm going to show you what you do. I'm going to be very explicit. After you ask that question, you're going to get your phone and you're just going to follow up like this. Dear Craig Stauffer, Jake Brown nips at his staff. That was easy. That's all they want to know. Now they can label you. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also a third kind of dog, a Yorkie. These dogs are nuts. Have you ever seen a Yorkie? They never run out of
looks kind of like that.
He
is a Yorkie.
Get away from him. By the way, where's Jen Christensen? You notice you're right here. Good to see you. So glad to have you here today. Oh wait, there's a fourth kind of dog too. It's the Bichon Frise. These little French dogs are adorable. But you know what? They're also spoiled. Don't be a Bichon. We're not going to rub your belly. That's a district violation. That's a red form, or blue, or yellow, or beige, or whatever the colors they But listen, you might not even be a dog. You might be a cat or a ferret or something. But that's not the point. The point is this. We're a family. A large Boggin circus family. And it doesn't matter if you're the trapeze artist, the lion tamer, the bearded lady. Yeah, we know who you are. The guy who sells cotton candy on commission. Because this is the best circus in town. The other circuses, they don't have safety nets, and they sure as heck don't let you go to school wearing leotards. But it is an honor to be here today, and in reality, you know, it's great to work in Granite because the people we get to work with. So I end with a quote that sits framed on my office wall. The grass is greener where you water it. Look, I don't care about county watering ordinances. Keep your grass green. I'm Rob. Peace out.
yeah! Will you send that video?